What is up, Legends? It's Scion. We're back, and I don't know what happened today. It seemed like every time that I get stuck out doing business or trying to do things normally in life, the video don't want to play properly. So for whatever reason, YouTube cut off that video. I do apologize. I was out, like there's nothing I could do about it. The only thing I do is take it down, and I just left it. So I got home to fix it, which is now. So unfortunately, we got to repost this, and I'm just going to do the whole video over again because we have some interesting comments, and I want to talk to those comments because it's like people make up their own facts and ignore what reality is. So, things you would like added, 5 things. Number 5, the auto function, and pretty much what it pretty much is the. Let's say if you have hunts. Let's say if you have like the altar things, you should be able to say, okay, I would like to go to this 5 times in a row, click the button, and it goes. It should have a ticket system that takes tickets to allow you to limit you to allow you to do that for a certain amount of time. So say if you have 5, 10 times that you can actually do that, then, you can do that and go about your business. It'll make things a whole lot easier because remember, this is a mobile title, and people who don't really understand what that means is look up what mobile, the genre, is. I'm going to explain at the end, but we're going to get through these 5 things really fast, and I'm going to explain what mobile is and why people have a problem and don't seem to understand and kind of ignore what the genre is because of their opinions. And that doesn't mean that your opinion is right. You still are ignoring what the genre is. But I feel that number 5, this is like in all gaming. It's in all gaming for gacha and mobile and everything else. It's streamlined, and you have to also, again, remember that mobile, the genre itself, means bite-sized gaming, meaning that the game is supposed to last 2 to 3 hours. You're supposed to be doing it on the go. You're not supposed to be sitting. And I think that what people get a little bit confused with is because we can play this on emulation, that they think it's a PC game, and it's not a PC game. And that's where the problem lies and coming. That's why everybody gets such a big opinion about it, but they're still wrong. And that thing, because they're ignoring what the genre is. It doesn't matter what your opinion is. The fact is the genre says mobile gaming meant to be bite-sized, low time spent in the game because you're on the go. That is the fact. It doesn't matter what you think. Doesn't matter what I think. That's what the genre is. You can't make the genre something else because you want it to be something else. You're lying at that point. Like, that's what the genre is. You stop at that point right there. Accept that and understand that when the game is not doing what the genre is, it's not necessarily a good thing. Because people are coming in and wanting to play a game and saying, okay, can I play this game on the go? If I got a business meeting, can I play this game and get something done? No, you can't, because the shit takes too long. Can I do this while I'm doing it? You can't, because the shit takes too long. Can I do this You can't, because the shit takes too long. That is a lot of people in the world. That is the vast majority of the people in the world. Not everybody can sit down and play this game like they have no life anywhere else. You lose all of those people, and you can't say, oh, well, that's just casual, because that's 90% of the game. You can't say that. So, indies are auto function. Number 4, the ability to reroll stats. And the reason why this is important, actually, let's do that. Say this right here. Say with DN, I got the speed right there, I got the health, I got the 6%. Say I don't want that effect resistance, because majority of the time I don't. But say I don't want that, and I want to get health, because health is beneficial to her shield and for her overall well-being to begin with. Say I want that. Some games, if not most games, and you would think that game companies would look around a little bit and say, hey, you know what? These guys have a reroll system. Kingsray has a reroll system. And then somewhat, like, I'm just using that as an example because that's one of the most famous ones, because you can literally, with hard work and dedication, you can, with a little bit of grinding, you can make the gear that you want to make in that game. It's not just easy all the time, but you can still make the gear that you want to make, get the drops that you want to make, and it actually makes sense. And it doesn't take 5 hours and all of your energy to do it. That makes sense and stuff like that. Same thing in 7 Nights. You can do the same thing in 7 Nights. Knights Chronicle, not so much, but you guys get what I mean. So say you have the option, see this little lock button right here that we have right here? Say you have the option to lock speed, health, and attack, which now leaves effect resistance isolated out. You can hit a reroll button that you again would probably use a ticket, and that reroll button will allow you to actually change that particular stat. It can change into anything. It changes into like effectiveness. It can change into attack percent. It can change into HP percent. But then there'll be something at least useful to whatever build that you're going for. The majority of the time that we have in this game is trying to get gear that will go towards the stat that we would like. Changing the forge isn't really going to fix that unless you actually change the forge, which I actually said that in the previous video, to change the forge into the individual presets and stuff like that, but that's still not necessarily going to fix the issue. What's going to fix the issue is the fact that we can't random or RNG the gear once we get the gear. Now, say we get level 85 gear that's pretty badass and everything else, we can't random that into something else because you're stuck with those particular stats. So you can actually leave the forge alone, save programming time and processing time, and just allow us to random roll this gear into something else. Of course, it's going to cost you something because you're going to be able to have to lock it and everything else. And, add a little bit of a system in that'll allow us to actually, RNG and stuff like that. Programming wise, it's a lot easier than breaking apart an entire section of the production of the game. I know because I'm a programmer, and I know what this game is programmed on. So it's not really that hard to do that. It takes testing, it takes a little bit of time to see if it's going to work with the rest of the systems and, beta testing and that type of stuff. But that's actually an easier fix than redoing the whole entire section of the game. You don't have to change anything else, but allow us to be able to random roll that. That's the easier fix. They'll probably do something else long-winded that nobody asks for, but that's the easiest fix for this. Number 3. All right. Why this is not in the game, considering that it was already in the game, that we could see anyway, like when we had the 3-star changes, they allowed us to re-roll in this game. And the 3 stars, though, the 3 stars that were affected, but not everybody else. We got back all our stuff. That should be universal. That should be everywhere. Because say like with my character Destina, who I think is a bae, I like a character, like a kit, but Tamarin came along and said, nah, I'm sorry, Destina, just go drink some coffee or something. I got this. Hold my beer. I would like to have that father back, because I would like to go after PvP units. I would like to play with other characters and just have some fun with it. I cannot do that because all that fodder, all the more Aurora that I spent on this is stuck on her. That shouldn't be the case. That should be any character universally that you have spent something on, other than say like Xeno and Cirilla and Kikarat. We should be able to take back that stuff. I don't see why we can't take back that stuff. It's like literally like in almost every game, the character, the reroll the character back and get the initial stuff. And even at the point where some games allow you to get 75% of it back, or if you want to pay for the full thing, like it'll cost, like say it'll cost Skystone. Like say if I want to reroll the character, like make it be like half of one summon to reroll this character into something else. So that means technically, like you spent 500 Skystone. Well, 475. You spent 475 to reroll, say this Destina back, and then I can put it into Doris because I could put Doris up there so she can be out there. Or I can put it in Dark Rose, or my Challenger Dami, or something like that. Or a character I could use for PvP somewhere. It's like anything. That should be a thing in this game. I don't see why it hasn't been a thing in this game, but it is what it is. Number 2, more ranks added to rewards. And the reason why I say this is because once you are finished with the normal map and the world map, the only way that you can actually gain anything in this game, as far as Skystone, that wouldn't be a complete outlandish type of thing, is pretty much like just going in here and just doing whatever else. Maybe side story, you get some Skystone here and there, and you have to complete the full Sky story, which would be a complete drain on your energy, which that just a cool thing that we're talking about energy, because I'm going to explain that in a second, because number 2 and number 1 actually are synonymous. The reason why I say more ranks is because here's where you can actually fix the whole energy problem. What you could do is up how much energy we get from each individual rank after 60. You don't have to do anything previously 60, but after 60, you can up that. So say every rank that we get after 60 would be 5 energy. So it'll go up to 137. And then as we go higher, the amount of energy that we get goes up. So our pool would basically end up, maybe, let's say if we go up to 70 or 80 or something like that, our pool can end up somewhere rounded around maybe 200 or 300 energy, which would be cool. That would be cool. Also, we get Skystone from actually faming and, leveling up and stuff like that. We need stuff like that because where are we going to get it from? Even when we get a new map, that's going to run out. There's no real way to farm Skystone. So now I'm not trying to make this be like a way to farm Skystone, but as a free-to-play or as a casual, they're going to need places to actually get this stuff from, and the side stories isn't going to be enough for all of that. And on top of that, you can actually fix a little bit of the energy problem, and not, again, like this, for me, when I think about this stuff, I used to work for Acclaim. I used to work for, a couple of different games, game testing and beta testing and programming and stuff like that. And sometimes gutting a system and, redoing a game system is not the best way to go about it. Sometimes actually tweaking current systems makes a game a whole lot better. And everything here is not about gutting it. That's what I'm talking. I think carefully because I understand what it means to be a developer and a programmer. And sometimes gutting something takes a hell of a long time. And sometimes you just need to tweak things. This is a tweak, allowing us to have a higher energy pool. That makes things all around all the more better. It makes things easier on everybody, and it's a whole lot better. Say if we had 300 energy, we still wouldn't probably get back all of that energy in one day, but 300 energy as a pool is a whole lot easier and manageable to deal with. With that said, number 1, make the energy gain faster. And the reason why I say that is if we had a higher pool for number 2 and the energy gain was faster, it would now be that you don't have to necessarily worry about getting like different systems in to give us back energy or stuff like that, or doing this, that, and the third to kind of manipulate the energy. All you really have to do is allow us to start ranking again and then give us faster energy back. If we can have faster energy back like that and we start getting a complete pool around 300, and then you have to come back where it is right now, because me personally, I can spend all of this energy. Like, this energy is from me in the morning time. I dropped this energy down to 132, and that's where it's at now from me being gone the entire day out and about, and it's only up to 101 right now. Which I'll just go into the hunts 5 times and that should be gone. Or I'll go into the side story 3 times and that should be gone in 2 minutes. That's a little what are you going to get done with that? You ain't get nothing done. Free to play, a casual can't do shit with that. So faster energy will overall be better for everybody across the list. If you're a power gamer who likes to grind hardcore, this really isn't going to matter that much for you. Is extra 600 or so or something like that energy for you to play around with. But you're hardcore anyway. You're most likely you're going to be spending on this, and this isn't really going to affect you anyway. So that kind of doesn't matter. But me personally, even though I do stuff like that, I'm a content creator. I'm the one who put myself out there to content create and help people out. All right, let me explain something really different, because it seems that people have a disconnect on a certain few things. As a content creator, I had to put myself out there, and we have to entertain. So that means we have to spend on energy and leafs and stuff like that, or we won't have anything to show you. We won't be able to go to hunts. We won't be able to do anything else, because that's just the nature of the game. So the things that I'm saying right now don't really necessarily affect me that much, because I'm not forced, but it's my job to be more of a power gamer. When I'm speaking about all of these things, it's because I have empathy. 2, I care about the game enough to care about that this game is 90% free to play to casual. You can think what you want. You can have an opinion on what you want. But gacha is always 90% free to play to casual. That's just the stats. Any company will tell you that. That's just how it is. The hardcore, the people who spend a lot, is 10% of the game. So when you see people in the comment section saying, oh, you're being lazy and this, that, and the third and everything else, you can clearly tell majority of the time that person spends on the game and the issues don't affect them. They'll sit there, they'll ridicule other people, they'll go on Reddit, they'll go on Discord, they'll come in my comment section, anybody else's comment section, and say people just want shit given to them freely and everything else, this, that, and the third. And it's the most insensitive thing that you can possibly say. It's because you're on one side of the fence while meanwhile the rest of the damn world is on the other. And you can't look through the fence and point your finger at them and say, I'm better than you. That's bullshit. You don't get to do that. At least you don't get to do that around me. I will call you a moron and ban you or kick your ass out of somewhere. So that's where I'm coming from with situations like this, where a game is kind of in balance. Right now, the game is in balance towards free to play and casual, because the energy and things like characters are stuck. Every single thing that I said today is in balance towards free to play and casual. The no auto function, all of this, and it's the reason why I said it all together. It all goes hand in hand, and it holds back free to play to casual. From number 5, that there's no, congrats to, I don't even know what the hell name that is, but congrats to that person. The no full auto function to allow you to just keep going through back and forth. What that does is allows people to just kind of streamline it, understand what's going on, and kind of just watch it, do what you got to do, get out the game. That allows you to micromanage it a little bit easier. Somebody with more resources to actually spend, that doesn't necessarily affect you all that much. So it's kind of, so I understand where people who they have 1,000, like, no more than 1,000, like 10,000 Skystone, that they don't give a F and they just keep swiping the card or something like that. Shit don't really affect them, because they're just going to spend that anyway. So, is what it is. The ability to reroll stats, again, that doesn't affect somebody hardcore, because they could just grind forever until they get that magical good weapon, because they have infinite energy to do so. But it doesn't affect them. That's why they come in comment sections saying, this is dumb, I don't understand what it is. You shut up. You're paying for the game. You're paying to win. That's why it don't affect you. The ability to reroll stats would help free to play to casual, because they can actually come in and say, hey, you know what? If I grind out right here and get the stat together, then I can compete and play the game properly, because right now they really can't. Permanent character recall, again, would help free to play to casual, because when you start the game as a free to play to casual person, and when I say casual, I mean people casual spend a little bit of money, but if you start the game with a certain amount of characters, they stay there like that forever. You don't get to change all their resources and when you finally do get new characters, say as a free to play to casual, you get Kisei or Luna, you can't take stuff off your Ravi or your Lorena that you've been using the entire time. They're just stuck there, except for the gear. They're stuck there like that. All the more aggro that you spent on that, all of the 5-star fodder that you spent on that is stuck in that character. Now you got to get more. And you don't have enough energy to get more because you don't have faster energy or more ranks to level to get Skystone to get more energy. So you see how this all went together? Like, this is all minor stuff. It's not stuff that really was hard to come up with and stuff like that. It's stuff that exists in other games that sometimes I think companies don't look around. Maybe they're too prideful or they don't want to see the other things that goes on in gaming, but this stuff has already been in gaming. Now, the last thing I'm going to touch on, because I saw the dumbest comment in the world, I'm going to tell you where people make shit up and don't really think about what they're saying. It's just their opinions, and it probably sounds good in their head, but it's just dumbass when you put it out in the rest of the world. People say, oh, the minute that you put that type of auto function in the game, the rates will go down. All right, first of all, name one game that gave the option to have auto rates and the rates was lower than this current game. Or they actually lowered the rates, because I have not seen any mobile game put in any auto function, and I've seen quite a few do it, where they put an auto function in and the rates was lower. I've never seen that happen. Tell me in the comment section and show the whole world proof of that happening. That is an outright lie. That's just somebody's opinion. Because I saw that comment, I'm like, what game did you see that happen at? I want effing proof. I want proof, because you're lying at this point, because that's never happened before. And what I mean by that is you have some people who are, I don't know if they're dumb, morons, or whatever else, or they just want to be right because they want to be right. But what they are saying at this point in time is that when you put the option in to have us be able to like auto 5 times and it just go by itself and do like the do the fight 5 times in a row, that would lower the rates in the game. No game, except maybe EA did some shit like that with loot boxes or something like that. There's been no game in history, and I've played damn near all of them, right from Pocky Ninja. Those of you who've been rocking with me that long know that's how long I've been doing gacha games. 10 years. No game has done that. So I don't know where the hell that person brought that lie up from. And all the games that have the function like this game has higher rates. This game...
Treasure your new connections.
Shut up. I already got my connection with you. This game has higher rates than those games that have the ability to do that type of stuff. This all sucks, but this game has higher rates than that. And in some ways, this game doesn't have higher rates than other games. One of the reasons why, in some ways, this game doesn't, and for those of you who don't really know, Knights Chronicle has a higher rate than this game because the characters are 4 to 5%. Sometimes 3 is 3%, 4%, 5%. But Knights Chronicle has that. So that debate is dumb as hell. Matter of fact, we're going to show that right now. We're going to show it right now. I'm going to show you why I say people make shit up. I'm not going to just tell you. Knights Chronicle gives you the option to actually... We're going to look at it right now. We're going to pop it up. We're going to pop this right in there right now. As I said, people just make shit up. Don't always believe comment sections, people. Rip. I didn't cut rotation control on, but it's fine. We're going to end this video right now because I hate liars. I hate when people just lie. It's like they just want to come in the comment section. And then you look at their subs and they're not even sub to you. They're sub to like other YouTubers who play the game. So you know they just coming in because they don't want to agree with you. So they're gonna lie and make shit up. Like you can't do shit like that. Cause I'm gonna call you out, make you look dumb. This game Now, if you wanted to come in, if I wanted to do this, see this right here? Auto repeat. Bam, right there. It's sitting right there cute. Like, majority of all gacha games have freaking auto repeat. I don't know why the hell does Epic 7 not have it, but look at the rates right here. I'm not gonna do that free draw because that's stupid. I'm doing another game. Hero info. No, not that hero info. Summon info. You see that right there? The SR, which is probably the equivalent, is higher. 2%. The 4-star, and then right there, the SR is 30%. 4.5. The 3-star hero, which is usually the R's and everything else, is 68% right here. And one of the major things that makes the difference between this, which is why it was one of the things from before, is that the artifacts are combined into the hero thing, which should have never happened. That's one of the reasons why everything is so low, because you have so much shit in here. But for somebody to say that, oh, when they put the repeat function in there, all of a sudden the rates are going to be low. The rates is already lower. The hell are you talking about? It's not going to be any lower. It's the rates are the way they are because there's too much shit in the banner. It has nothing to do with that. But the funny thing is that these rates are higher than other games. Not Knights Chronicle. It is 4, 30, 65. But let's just ignore the highest pinnacle, the SSR in this game is 5%. And this game is 1%. That's not going to change because we're going to notice that it's going to change. That it just doesn't work like that in gaming. Like, they just don't magically change it and not say anything. And if they did, everybody would have a heart attack. Nobody is going to allow that to happen, and that never happens in games. They don't randomly just change the rates in games because they added a system. And then that system has nothing to do with this particular system for that to even happen in the first place. So that's why I said, when you see certain comments, when people say certain things, don't always listen to those comments because we don't know what the fuck they talking about majority of the time. It's just somebody who feels passionate about their opinion and thinks that they know what the hell they're talking about. Like, they've been playing gacha that long. They probably have not. They probably started gacha in Knights Chronicle or some shit like this and think that they're a pro or something like that. Like, no, man, sit down. The same thing goes with YouTubers. There's a lot of YouTubers who just started playing gacha and just learn how to do like a video, and they ain't even doing videos. They ain't even editing. They're cutting the camera on and say, hey, look at me, I'm playing the game and I spent money. Here's my guide because I spent money. So like and subscribe. See you later. That's how the video goes. Now you a pro? Man, shut the fuck up, man. Like, I it's so, don't get me started. Dude, don't get me started on that because I'll start blowing a lot of people up right now because it's hilarious. That's the way things go. That's how it is, and I don't know what else to tell you guys. That's my 5 things I like with energy. I hope you guys understood all of this, and like, I hope you understood this. I'm leaving this here right now so you can get a good comparison, so you can understand what's going on, so people don't just make up their own facts. But we got to make shit proper around here because people just make shit up now, make up their own reality. I don't know what reality they from, but it ain't from ours. So I'll catch you guys next video. Be legendary and see you soon.